Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the hidden structures of power and the stories that exist behind closed doors. Today's story is not about missiles, speeches, or global politics. It is about silence, because sometimes the quietest figures carry the most weight. This is the story of the secret life of the daughter of Kim Jong-un and what her rare visibility reveals about one of the most secretive regimes in the world for most of modern history. The families of North Korean leaders have existed almost entirely out of public view. Names are hidden, photographs are restricted, and daily life is never discussed. This is not accidental. In North Korea, information is power, and family is treated as an extension of the state itself. Kim Jong-un's daughter was born into this environment, where privacy is not a personal choice, but a strategic necessity. The world first became aware of her existence not through official announcements, but through controlled appearances years later. These appearances were not casual. They were deliberate, carefully staged, and tightly managed. Every detail, from location to timing, was chosen with intention. In a system where symbolism matters more than statements, even a child's presence can carry meaning. What is known publicly is limited. Her name has been mentioned in international media, but North Korea itself rarely confirms such details. Her age, daily routine, education, and personal interests remain unknown. This absence of information fuels curiosity, but also reinforces the core principle of the regime. Visibility is granted only when it serves a purpose. When Kim Jong-un appeared with his daughter at military events, analysts around the world took notice, not because of who she is personally, but because of what her presence represented. In North Korea, public imagery is never accidental. The appearance of a family member, especially a child, signals continuity, stability, and long-term vision. It tells domestic audiences that leadership is secure and future-oriented inside North Korea. Children of leadership are not raised in ordinary conditions. They grow up within highly protected environments, surrounded by trusted officials, educators, and security personnel. Their daily lives are structured, monitored, and insulated from the general population. Education is often conducted privately, with a strong emphasis on ideology, history, and loyalty. Exposure to the outside world is extremely limited and carefully filtered despite global fascination. There is no evidence that Kim Jong-un's daughter lives a publicly extravagant life. North Korean leadership culture values austerity in presentation, even when resources are abundant behind the scenes. Luxury, when it exists, is hidden. Comfort is controlled. Normalcy is manufactured. What makes her situation unique is not privilege, but pressure. From birth, she exists within a narrative larger than herself. She is not just a child. She is a symbol. That symbolism is not chosen. It is assigned. And with it comes a lifetime of expectation, restraint, and protection. The secrecy surrounding her life also reflects fear of vulnerability. In authoritarian systems, family members can become leverage. Keeping details hidden reduces risk. It also preserves mystery, which is a powerful tool in maintaining authority. The less the world knows, the less it can predict. International observers often ask whether her appearances signal future leadership planning. The truth is that North Korea does not communicate succession openly. Any assumptions remain speculative. What can be said with certainty is that introducing her to the public, even in limited moments, changes perception. It humanizes leadership domestically, while reinforcing dynastic continuity. For her personally, this life is defined by boundaries of movement, speech, and exposure. Childhood, as understood elsewhere, does not exist in the same way. Play, education, and family time occur within controlled environments. Safety is constant, but so is isolation. It is also important to recognize what is not shown. There are no interviews, no candid moments, no independent confirmation of daily life. Everything the world sees is filtered through state intention. This makes the concept of a secret life less about hidden luxury and more about absence. Absence of choice, absence of anonymity, absence of ordinary freedom. As she grows older, the balance between visibility and protection will remain delicate. Every appearance will be analyzed. Every absence will be interpreted. This is the cost of being born into absolute power. Identity becomes inseparable from politics in the end. The story of Kim Jong-un's daughter is not one of drama or intrigue. It is a story of containment, a life lived within layers of silence, where even existence is a message. The secrecy is not meant to invite curiosity, but to prevent it, and in that silence, the regime maintains control as time passes. The role of Kim Jong-un's daughter will continue to exist in a space defined more by expectation than choice. In systems built on absolute authority, the future is never accidental. Every generation is shaped early, not through freedom, but through preparation. From a young age, she is likely surrounded by individuals whose sole responsibility is guidance, protection, and ideological alignment. Trust is limited, circles are small, and loyalty is tested constantly. This creates a life where relationships are carefully filtered and emotions are managed quietly, unlike children in open societies. Her exposure to ordinary experiences is tightly controlled. Schooling, if conducted privately, would emphasize history through a political lens, reinforcing the narrative of family legacy and national destiny. Stories are told not as personal lessons, but as state mythology. This is how continuity is preserved. Knowledge is not simply learned, it is shaped. Public curiosity often imagines luxury behind the walls, but power in North Korea functions differently. Comfort exists, but it is never flaunted. Excess is hidden, because visibility creates vulnerability. Silence, on the other hand, creates distance. That distance protects authority. For Kim Jong-un's daughter, silence is not absence. It is armor. Her rare appearances are reminders that she exists, nothing more. They are not invitations for understanding. They are signals sent inward, not outward. To the North Korean public, these moments reinforce stability and future assurance. To the outside world, they generate questions that will never be answered. That imbalance is intentional. What is often overlooked is the psychological weight of symbolism. Being viewed as a symbol before being understood as a person shapes identity in irreversible ways. Every movement carries meaning assigned by others. Every expression is observed. Privacy becomes both a shield and a limitation. There is safety in invisibility, but also isolation as she grows older. The world will continue to speculate, but speculation itself has no power over her reality. Her life will unfold according to internal structures that rarely bend to external pressure. Succession, if ever relevant, would be managed quietly, over years, not announced suddenly. Until then, presence and absence will remain the language through which meaning is communicated ultimately. The secret life of Kim Jong-un's daughter is not defined by what she has, where she lives, or what she may one day become. It is defined by restraint, by silence, by a childhood shaped inside one of the most controlled environments on Earth. Her story reminds us that power does not always reveal itself through noise. Sometimes, it reveals itself through what it hides. Thank you for watching this extended and respectful exploration. If you value deep, responsible storytelling that avoids rumors and focuses on how power systems truly operate, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications.